Om Shanti. I was just reminded that in Sunday's Murli, Baba was talking about being the master of your subtle and gross organs. And in that Murli, Baba talked about, having a court where all your organs, were present and you had a meeting with them. In Hindi it is called Apni Indriyon ki Darbar Lagao. So, and Brahma Baba used to hold a court of his sense organs. Now it's so beautiful that, meeting those who serve you all day is so important. And then meeting and then having a conversation with every sense organ and giving them proper directions so that the trust and the communication between you, the master, and the sense organs, the servants, is established. And then this communication leads to smooth functioning. So do you ever talk to your eyes or your mouth or your mind? Do you do that? Do you hold this conversation, have this talk? It is very interesting because there are many things that we know Brahma Baba did and we have been told to follow the Father, but we rarely do that. So today let's think about whether I talk to my mind or my buddhi, or do I talk to my sanskars, do I talk to my eyes, do I talk to my mouth? And when you talk to them, you will know that they listen to you. And sometimes, in life, communication, conversation is all that is needed. And there is a very good word to put it, communication gap. People say that, I have a communication gap with this person, this soul. So I think we have a communication gap with our sense organs also, and with our man buddhi also. We never communicate, and then we keep blaming them that they are not cooperating with us, or my eyes are deceiving me, or my mouth is deceiving me, or my tongue is deceiving me, or my mind is deceiving me. So I don't want to think this, but eventually my mind betrays me. But I have to stop and ask myself whether I have told my mind about it, because even with people, what happens is you say that this person doesn't understand me, or this person doesn't respect me, or this person doesn't listen to me, but the thing is you have never talked to them directly. Yes, so you're talking to other people about them, but you have never had a heart-to-heart conversation with that person, stating what your thoughts are, or giving an idea about what you think about them, or what you think is going wrong, or what you expect from them. So this kind of a heart-to-heart conversation built on the foundation of trust and respect and love is not there, and that's why this communication gap leads to many misunderstandings with people also. And I think it is very, very true about sense organs and our man and buddhi. So have you ever talked to your mind and asked it to do this and not do that, and be like this and not be like that? And in my experience, loveful communication is a very, very powerful tool. And we may spend years together complaining about somebody not being our way. But the thing is, there has been no communication, or if it has been, it has not been loveful. So if the communication is loveful, then lot of the problems can be solved through negotiation. And it is the same with the soul talking to the man buddhi sanskar and the soul talking to the physical organs. So loveful communication goes a long way, and also loveful communication with authority. Because when you are communicating lovefully, but then there is no authority, then it is as good as begging. Yes, and then beggars cannot be choosers. So sometimes when you are told to lovefully communicate, then in that guise of loveful communication, what you end up doing is begging to the other person. Yes, so you start speaking like, if you don't do this, I would die, or I can't live like this, or my life will be finished. And then they don't respond to you. So it is also important that you communicate lovingly with authority. And the authority is that I am good, even if your answer is yes or no. But if you cooperated, we would both benefit. So that's the position of authority. And then, even when you are talking to your sense organs and subtle organs, it is very important that the soul is in a position of authority. So you are the master, and then you are lovefully communicating to your mind, your intellect, your eyes, your ears, everything. So I think loveful communication in a position of authority is the key to solving many, many problems and many, many conflicts and many, many areas where the other and you are not getting along well. So it applies to souls, it applies to your kingdom of the body, your kingdom of the soul, everything it applies to. So with this, I would talk about what Baba says in today's Murli. In today's Murli, Baba says that if you are a good godly servant, then your love for Baba will increase and your happiness will also increase. So there are some children who feel love for Baba, and there are some who don't feel love for Baba. Yes, so there are some whose hearts are very closed, and then when you come to Baba, you don't have that feeling that I love Baba or Baba loves me. And then where do you begin? So you begin by doing seva. So if you don't experience Baba's love, do Baba's seva. It will help you feel deep love for Baba. Because Baba has given us a rule. Love begets love. Now, प्यार प्यार को खींचता है, याद याद को खींचती है. So this is something that Baba has told us. And you see, when you serve Baba's yajna with love, then Baba loves you. And when Baba loves you, your heart also responds with love for Baba. So this is also a very good method of cultivating love by sowing the seeds of seva. So Baba says, if you are not able to experience Baba's love, so you see, in Sangam Yoga, Baba's love is a very big treasure that we are able to experience. And I don't know if you have, so you see, you may spend all your life without tasting something. So if you have not tasted something, you can spend all your life without tasting it. But if you have tasted it once, then you know what you had been missing all your life. So then you start thinking that really I missed this thing. So Baba says that in Sangam Yuga, in the whole cycle, this is the only time when you have the opportunity to taste Baba's love. You know, the soul gets a taste of, a flavor of what Baba's love feels like, and the benefits, the power of Baba's love. So that power of Baba's love, experiencing the joy, the happiness, the fulfillment, the nourishment of Baba's love is every soul's birthright in Sangam Yuga. But Baba says, if you're not able to experience that, then you must sow the seeds of seva, which will help you develop love for Baba. Because this is something that you should not miss in Sangam Yuga. And do you know that if you experience something through a method and then you have tasted that the experience is pretty magical, then you are always drawn towards that thing. So people who have experienced, the fun of watching internet on smartphone, they just take a corner and keep doing that all day. While somebody who has not done that, doesn't understand what's going on. Similarly, when you experience Baba's love, then being extroverted. So, you always experience Baba's love when you are antarmukhi. So, you want to be inwardly oriented to feel Baba's love. And once you have tasted Baba's love, then being antarmukhi will not be difficult. Being baharmukhi will be difficult. It will be very difficult for you to have an extroverted personality. And extroverted doesn't mean, active and energetic. No, you will be all of that. But your buddhi will not wander outside. So you will always feel like you want to go within, and even in the setting of a crowd or with a lot of work, you will take moments to go within and feel that taste of Baba's love again and again, because that will pull you once you have tasted it. So Baba says, if you don't feel that deep love for Baba which pulls you into introverted antarmukhi state and which makes you want more and more of it, so dil mange more. So you always want to have more and more of Baba's loveful experience when you have it. But Baba says, if you have not experienced it, you try doing seva. And seva will help you cultivate that love for Baba. And I can bear testimony to this, because when I came to Baba, I also didn't feel genuine love for Baba in the beginning. But my part was such that I started doing seva very early on. And because of this seva, I experienced, love, and then deep love, and then deeper love, and then, that love which really fills your heart. And it is only through seva that doorway opened. So this is something that Baba says. And then Baba says, also seva will make you very, very happy. It will give you a lot of happiness, because happiness is the product of good karma. And sometimes, even when you do mansa seva, so you're just sitting in a loveful state with your heart open and have good wishes for every soul, even and while you're giving those good wishes, maybe somebody you had something in your heart about, some hitch, some glitch in your heart about somebody, and they cross your mind, and then you start giving good vibrations to that one also. And then you cross all those obstacles and you come to a place where you are able to give love and good wishes and good feelings for every soul and every element. Once you do that, even mansa seva, you're just sitting in one place, technically not doing anything, apparently not doing anything, but then you will feel that wave of happiness inside of you, and you will feel that strength of that happiness. So Baba says seva will give you a lot of happiness, and seva will make you experience Baba's love and also have love for Baba. And then Baba today talks about Baba's drishti. Now the thing is, Baba is talking about the magic of Baba's drishti, and it is famously said that the eyes are the mirror of the soul. Yes, the eyes are the mirror of the soul. So if some soul is very pure, then you can experience them through the eyes. Yes, and have you seen some people who are very, people are souls, right? So those souls are very closed inside. So lot of trauma inside, and then their eyes are blank. So those eyes don't reflect everything because the door of the soul is not open. The door is closed. Otherwise, if the soul is pure, loving and open-hearted, then you can almost peek into the soul through the eyes. So Baba says that in bhakti you search me a lot, but when you meet me and you look into my eyes, then you are able to get everything from me, because I, the soul, and you have a connection through drishti, and in that connection there is a transference, and you get everything that I have, and you are able to see that I am here to create heaven for you, and you get very intoxicated with that idea that you're going to heaven when you look into my eyes. So have you seen that little children, when they're very little, they have a very good connection with their parents' drishti. So the parents are able to give them comfort, a feeling of security, a sense of love, all through drishti. So the child is not talking. The parents' words are not being understood by the child, but the child knows the parent. And how does the child know the parent? The child knows the parent through the drishti. So always there is an exchange of energy through the drishti, and then the child recognizes the parent, and the child also feels the love, care, comfort, security from the parent's drishti. And Baba says, when you receive my drishti, you get the feeling that my father is very rich and I'm going to heaven because he's creating heaven for me. That's the power of my drishti. It relieves you from all present insecurities, future fears, everything. Now the question is, how do we receive Baba's drishti? So you see that when we go to, in meditation, when we go to the subtle region and we see Avyakt, angel, Brahma Baba, and Shiv Baba sitting in his forehead, then we experience Baba's drishti there. So the subtle form and the eyes of Brahma Baba radiating Shiv Baba's love and power and security, and we sit there and just absorb that power of the drishti in the subtle region. This is one thing that you can do. Another thing is, what I have experienced a lot is, when you look at Brahma Baba's picture, then you can see Shiv Baba looking at you through that picture, even today. And in every center, there is a Baba Kamra, and in that there is a picture of Brahma Baba. And from that picture of Brahma Baba, you can feel Shiv Baba's drishti. This is my experience. And you can feel Baba's drishti through any picture of Brahma Baba. So even when you're looking at any picture on the internet, if you just sit in recognition that this is the body that Shiv Baba took and gave drishti to me, so you will experience Shiv Baba's drishti through that picture. This is my experience, and whenever I sit before any picture of Brahma Baba, I can feel Shiv Baba's drishti, and in that drishti there is this whole, amalgamation of that sense of care, love, power, security of the future, where you're going to inherit a place in heaven. So Baba says that's the power of my drishti, and once I look at you, you get everything, because the soul, the supreme soul, Shiv Baba, is the ocean of everything, and through the drishti you feel you got everything. So this is something. So practice this. So there are many things that we understood today to practice. One is talk to your sense organs, yes. Second thing is practice doing seva and see how it gives you an experience of happiness and creates love for Baba in your heart. And the third practice is sit before Brahma Baba's picture and try to experience the drishti of Shiv Baba through that picture, through Brahma Baba's eyes. So that is the third practice. And then Baba today tells something very interesting. Baba says, I give you many points every day. So there are so many points of knowledge that Baba gives. So Baba is not like he comes and gives one rote mantra to everybody. So you go to a guru, the guru is giving every person is giving the same mantra. Yes? And then everybody is told to not share it with the other, so that they don't discover that it's the same. And I'm telling this with experience, okay? So the guru gave me and my friend both the same mantra, and then we shared and it was the same, and he told each one not to share. So Baba says, I don't do that to you. I give every soul so many different points of knowledge every day. Now, sometimes when you think about Baba's Murli, one question arises, why does Baba have to give so many points? Even one point is enough. Even one point is very difficult to imbibe in the Murli. And then Baba gives so many points every day. So, when you eat something, it has a lot of stuff. So, every food that you eat has some carbs, some proteins, some fats, some vitamins, some minerals, some antioxidants. And then they are all doing their work inside the body. Yes, so Baba's Murli is like that. So, the soul needs so many things. And then the Murli is a, full meal. So it gives you, every point gives you something that you need. Now you see, from 63 births, we have been bruised in different ways. And we need healing in different ways. So sometimes, there is fear, sometimes there is ego, sometimes there is hurt, sometimes there is insecurity, sometimes there is, desire. There are so many things troubling us. And then Baba's Murli gives different points for every different weakness that we are experiencing. And when we take the whole Murli and we apply all the different points of knowledge, then some part of me is healed. And when we do it regularly, we are healed totally. Yes, so when you know that you are when you know that you are a peaceful soul, then you are able to access peace. When you know you are a happy soul, you are able to access happiness inside you. So Baba says there are so many weaknesses, so many so many forms of emptiness inside the soul. And 63 births, we don't even remember where all we have been wounded. Yes, sometimes we didn't get attainment, sometimes we didn't get love of relationships, sometimes our ego was not fed, no self-esteem. So there are some points which build self-esteem. There are some points in the Murli which gives us a sense of relationship with Baba. So a fulfillment because you have a relationship with Baba now. Baba is giving you the love of a mother, a father, a brother. So whatever is missing, it starts getting fulfilled through the Murli. And when you look at everybody's points about what resonated with them in the Murli, that point is very different for everybody. Yes, so everybody likes something different in the Murli because that's their ointment in the Murli or their tonic in the Murli. So everybody needs a different ointment, everybody needs a different tonic. And then every day, every hour you need a different tonic. So right now you might need happiness, but next moment you might need entertainment. So if you need happiness, you go to the Murli, and where you need entertainment, where do you go? So again, so that the Murli gives everything, Baba gives so many different points, and every point has a different feel and a different attainment. So this is something that Baba says. And then Baba today talks about two very interesting things. One is engagement, and second is adoption. Now, you see that in the world, when you want to belong to somebody, you don't pray to them. Yes, or you don't chant their name. Yes, when you get married, there is no prayer or chanting involved. And then with marriage, there are so many things happening. So not even when you don't get married, just engaged. So when you get engaged with somebody, and what happens is your heart gets connected and you feel full ownership about that one. Yes, you feel like you have ownership about that person. Now it is very interesting when feeling ownership about somebody is so easy. You just have to get engaged. Then why do you keep chanting and praying to God? Why don't you get engaged to God? Yes, so engagement is such an interesting phenomenon. So Baba says, this is the only time when you get engaged to God. Yes, so Baba says, why pray, why chant, why make so much effort? Just get engaged to God. And Baba, and when there is an engagement, you wear a ring which symbolizes that you got engaged to this person. So if you want, you can wear Baba's ring also. Okay, so whenever you look at that ring, you know you are engaged to Baba. And then engagement ensures ownership, it ensures companionship, and it ensures fidelity also. So then you know that now you're engaged, you cannot think about another one. So Baba says that, so this is engagement. And I was just thinking, there are such shortcut methods in the world to shift your consciousness. And then why do people keep praying and chanting, and why don't they apply those shortcut methods to God? But then until Baba comes, you don't think about this thing. So you get engaged to people and you pray to God. You don't pray to people and get engaged to God. So Baba says that you get engaged to me. And then Baba, one step higher, Baba takes us. Baba says, you are the ones who organize this engagement for others also. Now, this is a very interesting thing. You have a partner and you want that one to get engaged to other people also. So, this is a very interesting engagement where you don't feel jealous in sharing your partner. You feel very happy that the other person is also engaged to my partner. And then Baba says, you organize this engagement for others also, where they also come and get engaged to me. So you are the one engaged and also the middleman who is organizing this spiritual engagement. And I remember there was this very interesting couplet which one brother once was sharing on a stage, and it is in Hindi, but I would anyways share it. So it goes like this. He said, तुम कहो तो तुम्हें अपनी महबूबा से मिला दूं, और जो वो तुम्हें पसंद आए तो उसे तुम्हारी भी महबूबा बना दूं. Yes, so that is about Baba, and he says that you children want that everybody should meet your beloved, and then if they like that beloved, they also should get engaged to that beloved. So Baba says, I give you this authority to do that on my behalf. And then Baba talks about adoption. And adoption is also a very interesting phenomena in the world. So you see, I don't know whether you have seen practical adoptions. I have seen one. So I have seen an adoption where the child, the male child, he got adopted by the buaji, the father's sister, because the father's sister didn't have a child. And then they lived 5 apartments apart. So his original parents are living here, and then 5 houses apart he's living with his buaji. Now he calls him mummy, and then he is adopted there. And it was very interesting. Whenever he came home, which is his original parents' home, he would know that this doesn't belong to me, and I don't have ownership over this. I have ownership over that. And I have seen that practically, and adoption is a very, very interesting thing, where you know the original, you know the adopted circumstances, and then you totally withdraw your intellect from your original home, and then belong totally to the one you are adopted to. So Baba says, I tell you that I have adopted you. So now, even if you are living in that old setting, you know that this is the one you belong to now, and Baba is the one who is responsible for you, and you don't have to seek anything from your old surroundings. You may give because your nature is a giver, but you don't seek anything from your old surroundings. All your fulfillment in terms of relationships and attainments come from me. So this is adoption, and Baba says, know that you are engaged and know that you are adopted, and these two methods will help you lift your buddhi from the old world. And then Baba today says that you must remember me and finish your karmic burdens of 63 births. We know we have to go back. So I have to burn my sins of 63 births in Baba's remembrance. But Baba also underlines, be a Karam Yogi. So Karam Yogi is today defined very well. So there are lots of confusions about Karam Yogi always. But today Baba has clarified that Karam Yogi means you live in the household like a lotus. So Baba says, I do not separate you from your household. I make you recognize and realize you are a soul. I tell you what you need to do to prepare yourself for your onward journey, and you must pay attention to it. And then you do not leave your household, so you live in it, fulfill your duties, but like a lotus flower, completely detached and loving. And Baba says, this is not something that sannyasis can teach you, because they left their households, so they cannot tell you that it is possible to live in the households and be detached and loving. So this is something. And then in the blessing, Baba today says that, Baba talks about being an unlimited renunciate, Behad ke Vairagi. And Baba says that sometimes you leave, this sense that I have a body, or I have relationships, or, you forget many things. But you don't forget your specialities, your virtues. And then you say, this is my virtue, this is my speciality, this is my skill. So Baba says, you don't only need to surrender your body, your mind, your sense of relationships, but you need to surrender your specialities, your virtues, everything to Baba. And even if you have something, it is given by Baba. Do you agree that if you have a buddhi, good buddhi, if you have a skill, if you have a virtue, it is given by Baba? Because we think we are born, after coming to Baba, if we developed something, we think it's given by Baba. Okay, so let's say I didn't have patience. I received patience through Baba's knowledge and yoga. So I say, okay, patience is Baba's gift. But I had a very good intellect even before I met Baba. So then I say, no, I'm a buddhivan anyway. Okay, so Baba says, no, everything is given to you by me. And do you understand that which made you eligible to even come to Baba in Sangam Yuga was given by Baba in last Sangam Yuga? Yes. So if you had the buddhi, if you have a skill, if you have a virtue, then that skill, virtue which you think you were born with is a residue from what Baba gave you last Sangam Yuga. Yes, and Baba says, I always leave a choti with the Brahmin so that I can pull the Brahmin out with that choti. So that is the choti. So if you had nothing, if you were totally empty, then how would Baba make you recognize himself? So you need some buddhi, some talent, something to again, recharge. So whenever there is a candle, it gets burnt totally, but then there is a little flame there. There is a little sticking out, that thin thread is sticking out, so that you can light it again. So Baba says, that's the residue that's left from last Sangam Yuga. And then you people get caught up in that residue, that this is mine. This Baba didn't give. I had it previously also. So Baba says, no, it's not. You didn't have it previously. I gave you last Sangam Yug. That's what's continuing. And then I pull you through it. And now, if you surrender that to me, then I give you much more. Otherwise, you get caught up in that little mine, and then you don't take what I am giving you. If you surrendered a little talent, I would give you a lot of talent. If you surrendered a little of specialities, I would give you a lot of specialities. So, I was just thinking about Asmita Ben yesterday. Asmita Ben is the one who sings very beautiful songs for Baba. So if you look at search BK Asmita songs, so you have all good BK songs sung by BK Asmita. And then you see every Brahmin child who listens to those songs is giving like loads and loads and loads of blessings to that soul. She sings such beautiful songs of Baba. But do you know she surrendered that skill to Baba? She never tried to do anything else with that skill, with that talent. And because she surrendered that skill to Baba, so Baba is giving, the fruit of that talent also, and then the fruit of blessings, which is so difficult to earn otherwise. So Baba says, I give you much more than you can get by selling your virtue in the market. But then you have to understand that that's not your virtue, that's not your skill. Remove your ego and ownership. Have the humility to understand this belongs to Baba, and also surrender it in Baba's seva. And when you do that, I will give you the fruit plus blessings which will last you for 21 births. Okay, Om Shanti.